Did you know there's a bright yellow spice in your kitchen that could be the most powerful natural remedy on earth? I bet you didn't know, but we're going to discuss it right after this. Welcome, everybody. This is the Life Enthusiast online podcast, restoring vitality to you and the planet. I'm your host, Scott Patton. Joining us, as usual, is health coach Martin Patella. Martin, how are you doing today?
It's a good day. It's a good day.
Awesome. We have changed. We're now live on Wednesdays, but we were not able to trick George. Hey, George, good to have you here. And you just drank some black seed and oil and washed it down with colloidal silver. You're raring to go. We're raring to have you. We're going to be talking about turmeric, and it's an absolutely amazing spice. It's got this thing called curcumin in it, and we're going to talk about that, the benefits of it, how it affects your health, why you need to put some black pepper on with it, and we've also got some recipes for you today. So, Martin, let's jump right in. What is turmeric? Why is it important? And what can it do?
Yeah, turmeric is a plant that's really, when you go to a grocery store, they look really similar to one another. Ginger is kind of pale yellow, and turmeric is really beautifully rich orange, but they both look about the same. Turmeric, the Latin name is curcuma, which gives the name to the alkaloid that's extracted from it, called curcumin, or curcumin, if you want to pronounce it that way. And that, my friend, is one of the most widely studied protectors of health, because the darn thing is both anti-inflammatory and anti-aging. And what else could you say about that? There's some other words I would throw at it. Well, anti-inflammatory would be important, antioxidant would be important, and then consequently from that, pain relief, brain health, heart health. I mean, when you go broad, when you are pushing back against the oxidative stress, which is what gives rise to all symptoms related to aging, you're going to reduce inflammation, which are the most popular illnesses that we associate with aging. And it's systemic. So that means circulatory, like cardiovascular, or in your brain, or in your joints, or everywhere, right? Like everywhere. So that's the story there.
There you have it. Now, would it also help with arthritis, your digestive issues, your mental health?
Yes, because it's antioxidant, it makes it anti-inflammatory. It makes it anti-anything that you associate with aging, any symptom. The big deal is this. This is the most popular spice in India. This is the basis of curry. It's that yellow stuff that makes the intense orangey yellow color of curry. But it's also added to things like mustard. You know, the rich yellow color of French's mustard, that's curcumin.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah.
Kevin has also joined us. We meant to tell you last week we were changing days, but I'm so happy. Kevin says, I'm so happy to catch your Thursday podcast on Wednesday. I learned so much from you that it's not available from others.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it makes us feel good. Let's talk a little bit about curcumin and heart health. So
All right.
It impacts the function of the blood vessels. It regulates blood pressure, blood clotting, it's possible it reduces LDL cholesterol, and you talked about inflammation. So those are always really important. And
Right.
these aren't things that are just sort of made up, even though there's 5 to 10,000 years of history in India where they've used it. It's been very well studied and shows these benefits.
Yeah, Scott, this will depend more on what they study, because when you have something that's completely broadly antioxidant, it means it will reverse oxidative damage, which will mean that it will reverse inflammation. So whatever you study, it will make it better. It doesn't matter, right? Like there would be a study about the pain in the joint of your big toe. Curcumin will help, right? Like it doesn't matter what you study, it will help with it.
Is there any pain that is not from inflammation?
No, because pain is a symptom of inflammation. Inflammation has 5 symptoms: redness, heat, swelling, pain, and loss of function. There's no such thing as pain that is not an iceberg popping up from inflammation.
Right. So what we want to do is get our inflammation down as quickly and easily and gently as we can.
Right. And for that, we want to take antioxidants, and those include all the vitamins: A, B, C, D, E, K, D. I said D, all of the vitamins. The most important antioxidant is glutathione, because it helps to recycle all the other antioxidants. But in plants, right? Remember, God, nature, whatever, makes it in stuff. Like you don't make
You don't pull out one
oranges.
molecule. You don't pull out one molecule.
You know the story,
that's-
like, you know, somebody takes, let's just analyze apple, and we will have fiber, soluble, insoluble, pigments, water, vitamin C, vitamin B, a wee bit of vitamin K, wee bit of fats, and we just make little piles on the counter, and then we hand it to the pharmacist and then say, okay, here's a picture of an apple. Make me one of those. You have all the ingredients.
Right.
Not going to happen. Yeah,
Nope.
Pectin. Thank you, George. Pectin is an awesome substance too. Pectin is in many plants, and it's an absorber of things. It's a toxin magnet.
Good.
Yeah.
No,
It's probably
they
in.
can't do it.
Yeah.
They can't.
It's probably in curcumin. It's probably in turmeric. You know. Why wouldn't it be? It's a plant. It just depends on the ratios of things. So anyway, you started talking, okay, take it because you have heart problems. Yes. Take it because you have joint problems. Yes. Take it because your sexual enjoyment has gone downhill. Yes.
Well, the thing is, the healthier you are, the better everything works.
Yeah. And so if you reverse oxidative stress, you're reversing aging and you're undoing the symptoms that are associated with inflammation. And the number 5 is loss of function. So not just pain, but loss of function is what comes with it, right?
Right.
We want to undo that. So you mentioned, you mentioned what to take it with, right? Like powdered curcumin is not the best way to take it. What did you find?
Well, I have some powdered curcumin, and
okay, so what
I was going to ask was this: why do we not have, even if this is not as good as fresh curcumin or fresh turmeric, why do we not have this in every kitchen and putting it in almost every meal? That is really my question. If it's that good, even if it's not as good as the fresh, it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends where you grew up. If you grew up in India, you probably make tons of meals with it, right? Curry is a big deal. and you probably put mustard on your hot dog, and you're using curcumin without knowing it.
Right.
However, so here's an important factoid. These alkaloids need fat. They are fat soluble, so they need to be cooked with in a meal with some fat. So you want to be cooking chicken curry with fat, or if you're going vegetarian, you want to put some coconut oil with your cauliflower and broccoli and the curry. You cannot be making it right without the use of fat. That's what carries it to where it belongs, where it's going to make the happy changes.
So since we're talking about combining it, I want to bring up black pepper, because evidently black pepper makes a big difference.
Well, interestingly, black pepper is an irritant. So when you introduce pepper, it's sort of like a, there's a word for it. Prolotherapy is a method by which you are making your joints heal. And you do that by injecting your joint with some saline water, something that will irritate the joint. And the immune system goes in to undo the mess. And in the process of dealing with just a saline injection, it will repair the joint. So this
the body heals itself when given the opportunity, right?
Right, yeah. But you're targeting the immune system. So when you take pepper, black pepper specifically, you're putting an irritant into the system. And so the body goes after the irritant and fixes things just because it's chasing the pepper. And they call it piperin or piperin, as that there's an extract that they can make. So you can either cook with black pepper balls. What are they called? Seeds. You know, when you're cooking your curry, you would want to throw a handful of peppercorns, that's what they're called, into the meal, right? Into the dish, into the soup, into the stew, into the whatever you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Kevin has a great comment. I wanted to highlight it. I've tried to tell people about the problem related to inflammation. It is so hard for them to understand. Yeah, it really is, Kevin.
Really?
That's a great point.
Really?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, so we understand it. But you mean to tell me that if I eat this, I'm going to get, like pain all over the place? Well, try not eating it. See if you've got pain tomorrow, and then eat it and see if you've got pain the next day. Okay,
so let's explain. So I'm going to take a hammer and I'm going to smash my thumb.
Oh.
And in doing so, I will break a bunch of cells, like physical damage. And then, in response to that physical damage, the body, the natural healing system, goes in and starts repairing the tissues. And in order to repair a broken cell, the inflammatory system is activated. The natural voltage of negative 25 millivolts that exists at the normal functioning cell is raised past 70 millivolt. So that's like getting more alkaline. And during the repair process, you will experience all of that excitement that goes with that repair, which is redness, heat, and swelling. So if you twist your ankle, you will see the swelling, and you will experience the pain and the loss of function. So if you do this to yourself on the inside, in your gut, by eating foods that hurt you, you're going to be now experiencing it in millions of tiny little sites. So it's not just one location like the thumb. Now it's the whole gut, the entire length of it, and it's now suffering. It's just like 1,000 pinpricks, or 1,000,000 pinpricks, I don't know how many, lots. Each one of them causing a micro injury, each one of them requiring repairs, each of which will be accompanied by redness, heat, swelling, pain, and loss of function.
There you go. There you have it. All right. So just getting back to pepper, it contains piperine,
Yeah.
and that boosts absorption of the turmeric by about 2,000%. So
20-fold. Yeah.
yeah. So you want to have the pepper, you want to have the turmeric, you want to have the coconut oil, mix it all together.
Yeah.
And oftentimes when people are talking about it, they're talking about, making golden milk.
Yeah. Chai.
Yeah. Golden milk.
Yeah. Because here's how you make chai, right? You throw in turmeric and you're throwing spices, and you can use allspice and cardamom and
Cinnamon.
and black pepper. That's what you want to do. You want to have that drink spiced to point of irritation.
Yeah.
And you want to load it with fat, either stick of butter or a spoonful of coconut oil.
Cool.
Yep.
So we have a recipe, and I thought I
right.
would share the recipe. We don't do this very often, and we'll make sure that it is in the description. I don't think it's in the description right now. And then we have it here. But this is golden milk latte, Life Enthusiast style. So you take a cup of unsweetened almond milk, or perhaps we could have raw milk. Let us know, Martin. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. I suppose you could probably boil up some turmeric and.
Well, let's start with, okay, so you have the almond milk, nut milk of any choice. You have the spoonful of this and
a pinch of black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of ginger powder or freshly grated ginger, a teaspoon of raw honey or maple syrup. And if you want, you could have a splash of vanilla extract or coconut oil. Definitely should have the coconut oil. You warm it all in a saucepan. You do not boil it. Whisk it well, sip slowly, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to boil your nut milk.
No.
Yep.
So that's
okay.
Nice,
yeah, makes sense. Well, and so let me just improvise here. I want to make a fun meal, so I'm going to be cooking some cod today. I'll just go to the store and I buy a stick of cod, and I'm going to be putting it in a pan. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down coconut oil in the pan. I'm going to put down the fish, and I'm going to put a reasonably rich pinch of turmeric on top of the fish. And then I'm going to mill some pepper on top of it. And then I'll cook both sides, flip. And there it is. And I'm going to serve it with curry vegetables. And that's going to be a stewed. What am I going to do? I'm going to do some potatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, green beans, all of which I'm going to cook in a pan, again, with a rich load of coconut oil, turmeric, and black pepper. Right? And if I feel like having it richer, I get some milled cardamom seed for oriental flavor. And if you want to go all in, get something like garam masala or whatever. Just go buy the pre-made spices. They're fun.
Right. Are you going to add some salt to this?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Because it's not bad.
No.
Now, Himalayan salt, sea salt, the processed salt that is in big boxes on the shelf.
Yeah, the word refined is what is not good for you. Get whole salt, whether it's Morton's or real salt, Celtic salt, Hawaiian salt, Baja salt. There's so many of them on the market.
Right.
I use Himalayan, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I do too. Awesome. All right. So we hopefully convinced you that turmeric is a really good thing to have, whether it's powdered like this or get it and grate it, cut it up, heat it up, boil it, make your soup.
Yeah, fresh is not bad.
Yeah, fresh. Well, the thing is being in the grocery industry, it's been a long time since turmeric was available. I mean, ginger's been available forever, and it's only in the last 10 or 15 years that you could get fresh turmeric.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then it's expensive. It's like hugely expensive. And the thing about it is it's a weed. Like it, So let me tell you a story about turmeric, Martin.
Yeah.
150 years ago, a number of East Indian slaves came to Belize. Okay, and they were given little plots of land to live on and told to do whatever they were supposed to do, and eventually they became free. And one of my friends worked for an NGO and went down there to do their NGO thing, and she's visiting a farmer, and the wife says to the farmer, "Go get some turmeric." And so she watches, and he gets his machete and he just heads into the jungle. And so she follows him, and he goes on a path, and he goes into, it's a jungle, it's not a plot of anything, hacks away at the stuff, and then he digs and he pulls out tons, like a handful of turmeric, washes it off and takes it. And she says, like, what? She says, yeah, when we came, we brought the turmeric with us, and then we planted it. It takes nothing out of the soil, and it just grows underground like a weed. And so so basically all these hills are full of turmeric.
Yep.
And it's all natural, all organic, all like wild, turmeric.
Yeah.
And so it should be something that is just like grow it everywhere, because it can grow just about everywhere, and it shouldn't be expensive. It should be cheap.
Yeah. Most gardens in a reasonable climate will grow both ginger and turmeric, and it should be grown together with horseradish. And what else should we grow? Daikon. Yeah.
Zucchini, because everyone likes the neighbor bringing over a basket of zucchini.
Zucchini Zucchini is without flavor, but it's an excellent basis for a meal that's flavored with turmeric. You can take, for example, a bunch of zucchini, chop it up into pieces, stew it a bit, throw some turmeric on it, and then slam a couple of eggs into it for protein, and off you go.
There you go. And George, rhubarb, absolutely can't kill rhubarb.
Rhubarb is pretty wild.
Everybody should have some rhubarb. So, Martin, if somebody does not want to do all of this work to get turmeric into their diet, there is something that they can do, and it's at the Life Enthusiast site. And it is our very own turmeric. And I want to tell everybody, I love this stuff.
This is interesting stuff because it is liposomal. Now, liposome is a technology that wraps whatever payload you have inside of a fat cell. Now, remember, your cell membranes are made of lipids, of fats. And so the cell membrane will resist water, but will accept fat. So when you make something into a liposome, oh, look, you found an error. When you make it liposomal, it will hold the payload within that ball and deliver it. And that's what this is. So you get way more, 8 to 10 times more in a liposomal version than you would get in a water-based version.
And in the comments, we have a link to it if you want to go check it out. I like it because it tastes good, which is really unusual for something that is good for you, and it goes down excellent. And I also listen to my body, and it says, yeah, like I am happy to have this. And if you want to know any of the details, descriptions, ingredients, instructions, related articles, scientific references, we have them all here so that you can really learn everything there is to know about the products, and not just this one, but all the other ones that we have at Life Enthusiast.
In fact, if you type the word turmeric, you will see this one, and then you'll see also the other one that we have is called Turmeric Power Plus, which is one by North American Herb and Spice, and that's a pretty interesting version of it too.
Cool.
That's available both in liquid and capsules. So for the wussies who want to just swallow capsules, that's that.
That's what you get.
Yeah, and yeah, that's a turmeric, olive oil, oregano, and ginger.
Oh, so quite a few things.
Yeah, it's combined.
Wow. All right. Now, before we go, we've only got a couple of minutes, and I would be remiss if I didn't say that if you've got some issues or people that you know that have issues and you want to talk to Martin about health, he has a free 15-minute consultation that he offers to you and to the world.
Yeah, come on in, book yourself in.
And that it's also in the comments, but if you go to www.life-enthusiast.com, you will see it there as well. All right, Martin, do you have any last words before we take off for the day?
If you overdo turmeric, you will turn yellow. It will start on your palms and on your skin. You will have a yellowish look to it. Not the end of the world, but and
it stains.
Oh yeah, it stains. It's really intensely orange. Like if you get the pure concentrate, it's actually orange rather than yellow.
Oh, this is orange.
Yeah, this is orange. Yeah.
So you don't want to get it on your shirt.
No, it's like mustard stain.
Yes, it won't go. Awesome. And we have one last word. Yeah, George says, great products. Thank you very much. Thank you, George. Appreciate you and Kevin and everybody else joining us. We appreciate you and hope to see you next week, same time now. And Martin, thank you for joining us. I know you have a busy day ahead of you, so we'll see you next time, everybody. This has been the Life Enthusiast Podcast, restoring vitality to you. Oh, no, Health Shots. We're calling it Health Shots, right?
Well, Life Enthusiast Health Shot Podcast, where we restore vitality to you and to the planet.
Yes, there we go.